Hello, my name is Michaela and I am an education major and I am here to teach you about using tape diagrams to represent ratios. So what is a ratio? Ratios are an ordered pair of numbers which are not zero. Ratios are written A to B to indicate the order of numbers, A being the first and B being the second. To represent a ratio, you can use a tape diagram. Tape diagrams help represent the value of a number in a drawing. So question 1, it says, for every 5 cups of flours in a recipe, there are 2 cups of milk. Draw a tape diagram to represent the ratio. So we know it's 5, the ratio is 5 to 2. So you're going to want to draw 5 equal boxes as best as you can. And then you're going to want to draw 2 samely equal boxes for that. And that would be your tape diagram. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 2. So for the next one, for question 2, it says, Mason and Laney ran laps to train for a race. The ratio of the number of laps Mason ran to the number of laps Laney ran was 2 to 3. Write a ratio for a number of laps Mason ran compared to Laney. So all we're doing is writing the ratio. So the number of laps Laney ran was 2 to 3 compared to Mason. So it would be 2, 2, 3. And then for part B of this question, it says, if Mason ran 4 miles, how far did Laney run? Draw a tape diagram to demonstrate how you found the answer. So you would, yet again, is in the first part it says 2 to 3, so we're going to keep with the 2 to 3. So for a tape diagram, you're going to draw 2 and then 3 semi-equal boxes, as equal as you can, because these are all going to be the same. So it says and this is Mason, because Mason runs 2 out of 3 and Laney runs 3. So if both of these equal 4, you're going to take the 4 and you're going to 4 and divide it by 2, which gives you 2. So every single one of these boxes equal 2. So if you added these up, this is 6. So Laney ran 6 miles. And now for our last question. Question 3 says, the school band is comprised of middle school students and high school students, but it always has the same maximum capacity. Last year, the ratio of the middle school students to the number of high school students was 1 to 8. However, this year, the ratio number of middle school students to the number of high school students changed to 2 to 7. If there are 18 middle school students in the band this year, how many fewer high school students are in the band this year compared to last? Explain. So first we're going to draw our tape diagrams. So we're going to do last year's on this side, and then on the opposite side we're going to put this year. And then we're going to do the tape diagrams for last year. So it was 1 to 8. So you're going to draw 1 and then 8 equal boxes to the 1. 3, 8. Okay. And then for this year, it was 2 to 7, so we're going to draw 2, 2, and you want to make them as equal as last year's because there's the same amount of students from last year to this year. And then you're going to want to do your 7, okay. So we know that there are 18 middle school students in the band this year, so there's this equals 18, because this will be your middle school and this will be your high school. And you make sure you label them so you can kind of keep track of which. So we would take the 18 and we would divide it by 2, which gives you 9. So each of these boxes are going to be 9. So if you add all these together, these are going to be 63. And then what you will do is you'll take these two and add them all together to find how many students total there was in this year. So 18 plus give you 81. So if there's 81 students in this year, there has to be 83 students in last year, because they have, but it's always has the same maximum capacity, so there's the same amount of students. So if there's 81, you're going to want to take that and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you're going to take the 81 and divide it by 9, which gives you 9, of course, because that's how many boxes we have, so that's how many students. And since we got 9, each one of these boxes are going to equal 9. So the middle school, there was only 9, and there's only 7, once you add them all together, 72 in the high school. So to find our answer, how many fewer high school students are in the band this year compared to last year, you would take the 72 from last year and subtract it from the 63. And this will give you, so you got, so overall you subtract and you get 9. So there are 9 less students in high school, in the high school band this year. And that would be your answers. So I hope this helps you understand ratios a little bit better and how we can use them. And thank you for listening.